Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to start off by answering a question that came to me from a viewer. This viewer asked, what do I think is the greatest internal threat inside the gun community to our actual gun rights in this country? Well, because of the way they phrased this question, it makes it a little bit difficult to answer for me. I actually laid in bed last night trying to figure out an answer to this, because they asked it with a couple special stipulations here. One, they said internal. So I can't say Democrats. I can't say billionaires that want to disarm the peasants, which I think are two of the biggest threats to gun rights in this country. I also can't say manufacturers, because even though I do believe manufacturers are actually a danger to our gun rights in this country, which seems kind of odd, but you got to remember, what's good for our rights is not what's good for business. It's best for their business if we're always afraid and under attack, because then we buy more. So they want us always on that edge, that teetering on the edge to where people are in a panic, because that's what's best for business. But I don't really consider them internal. They're not part of the gun community. They're business. So I can't really say them either, or else that probably would have been my answer. If I could, I actually included them as internal. And you might say, well, now that's going to be easy. You're going to say the shills, the people inside the gun community that have sold out to these manufacturers, the people that are willing to maintain that fear and that panic, the ones that contribute through their fear mongering and their sensationalism. Those are the people that are the biggest threat. And I agree, those are the biggest threats to our gun rights in this country, because they destroy the fucking gun community. They turn them into a bunch of scared little sissies running around actually thinking they're the victim all the time. Instead of doing anything positive, they keep running around covering their head, screaming the sky is falling, and running out and stocking up on ammunition because they've been told that you should be afraid, you should be very afraid. It's really reduced the gun community to a lot of reactionary little bitches. So I would say that it is the shills, the talking heads. But in their question, they anticipated I would say that. They said, I know you're going to say the shills and the gun channels. You can't say them. So what do you think, outside of those obvious answers, is the greatest threat inside the gun community to our gun rights? Well, I had to think long and hard about this because, like I said long and hard. Wasn't intentional, but I had to think about this. I laid in bed last night thinking, what would the answer to this be? Because I just didn't want it to be a flippant answer. And then I figured out what it is. It's all the people inside the gun community who suck the dick of every fucking cop they see. They worship police officers. They worship authority. You know, to a degree, it's the same with the military, but it's really dangerous with the police. Because the military, that's one thing. The police, that's the private standing army of the government that's in your backyard. And for some reason, the gun community fucking loves them. Every time they fart, half the people in the gun community drop to their knees and fucking kiss their shoes, their boots. I don't understand it. And it leaves you open to being blind to what the police are doing. The police have been actively fighting against our gun rights for decades. Decades. Just look in all the states recently that have passed constitutional carry. Who have been the biggest opponents? Sheriff's unions, police departments, police captains. Every time I go to our state capitol to speak or to be present for gun rights, the people on the other side speaking against them are almost always law enforcement. 3/4 of the people who get up there are using their badge and their position of authority to try to enforce their anti-gun opinions on people and trying to sway politicians. They have been working against our rights actively. Who do you think pushes for red flag laws? And who do you think enforces them? I've had some cops that have gun channels on YouTube try to say, I'm not that, you shouldn't be saying that, blah, blah, blah. And then they come on my channel, and when I ask them flat out, hey, they pass red flag laws in your area. They tell you go enforce them or you're fired. What do you do? They're like, well, I enforce them. It's my job. I'm not losing my pension over some guy who's crazy. And that's the general attitude in law enforcement. It's not about our rights. It's about them and their benefits and their pay. And believe me, as someone who has been involved with law enforcement in the day and who recently thought about getting involved again and got a rude awakening during the interviews about how things have shifted, it is not about you. It's not about protecting you. It is not about defending you. It is about defending the law, and it's us against them, and the community is the enemy. Businesses are pretty much the friend, because every time a business calls in and says, hey, I want these people rousted off my street, the cops will send somebody out. But individuals and their individual rights, police don't care about that anymore. They see us as the enemy. And when you fucking bow down and kiss their fucking boots every time they shit themselves, it's disgusting. Every time a cop does something wrong, so many people in the gun community jump up to defend them. Well, you don't understand what the job's like. Yes, I do understand what the job's like. And I'll tell you one thing. If your argument for the job has to be, well, if they were held accountable, if they were held to the same laws we are, they wouldn't be able to do their job. Well, then they're not fit to do their job. So stop making excuses. Stop, like I said, sucking the big blue dick every chance you get. Because that is very dangerous. They are there particularly to hold us in check. The government sees them as their own private little police force. In case people ever rise up somewhere, they've got not only soldiers that are armed, but who have MRAPs and body armor and all this other stuff. Every cop now is a goddamn riot cop. Because that's what they're there for, to control us. And when you fucking kiss their ass, give them special privileges, give them leniency to where they're like, oh, they shouldn't have to follow the same laws I have to, makes their job hard. That's garbage. And it's dangerous. Because when you get into the habit of fucking deifying people, you don't pay attention to the shit they're doing to you. I see so many people that are so thin blue line. And then I say, well, don't you realize that it was them that did this? It's the police that are fighting these laws. It's the police that are trying to get these restrictions. It's the police that are enforcing red flag laws. They're like, not the cops I know. Yes, the cops you know. Stop fucking denying reality. It's good measure to not trust people in authority. And when you start giving cops more and more and more authority, which we've been doing over the last couple of decades, that is someone you should not trust at all. It's gotten to be where if you have a badge and a gun, then you're just not accountable for what you do because, oh my God, it's so dangerous out there for you. Even though police officer is not even in the top 20 list of dangerous jobs. Yet it's so dangerous that they have to be able to just kill people. They have to be able to be judge, jury, and executioner, or else they can't do their jobs. Well, I hate to break it to you, that's not their job. The job they're doing is not the one they're supposed to be doing. Police departments nowadays are about two things: revenue creation and maintaining the status quo. That's all they're about. That's why they can have 10 officers on the bridge handing out speeding tickets while 911 calls are going unanswered unless it's something that threatens the status quo. That's why that happens. So stop worshiping the police. Stop worshiping authority. Start questioning authority. Every time a police officer is involved in something bad, that we should immediately be, hey, they're the person in authority. They're the person who historically is able to get away with this stuff. They're the ones we should be scrutinizing. Not just like, oh, they shot and killed a guy for driving and it doesn't appear like he was committing any crimes. Well, surely he did something for them to shoot him. Instead of going, well, why were they stopping him? What were the circumstances? Why? Why was there even a confrontation? Why was there even a contact if the person wasn't committing any crimes? Instead of asking that question, we go, well, that person must have deserved it because a cop did it. No, those days are gone. The days of the officer friendly are gone. Now it's officer jackboot. It's officer thug. And Even the police they start hiring nowadays, completely different. Used to be, if you were in the military and you had that dominate mindset that they put into soldiers, follow orders and dominate. If you had that mindset, they would say, well, you're not suited for police duty because that's not what it is. Now, that's all it is. So stop being okay with it, much less worship it. Stop worshiping authority. Like I say, whenever I see that, I either think these people are one of two things. Either they are wannabes who just worship cops because I want to be a cop, or they're just fucking stupid. Because trusting police, not the thing you should be doing. When you give someone that much power and authority, they should be under tighter scrutiny than every average citizen, not less. So stop doing that. We should be holding them accountable, not putting them on pedestals. And so many people in the gun community want to do that shit. So many people I know that would freak out if someone made a American flag with rainbow colors. But then they're okay when they do it with that blue stripe. They're both desecrations of the flag. Neither of them are okay. Not because it's cops is it okay. And stop pumping cops up like they're heroes, when most of what they do is hand out tickets and harass people. When's the last time you know of that any of the cops you know solved a major crime or made the city better in any way? Doesn't happen often. I know people love to post, look, here's a picture of two cops playing basketball with a couple of inner city youths. Aren't they such heroes? No. Anyone can stop and do a photo op to play basketball. That doesn't change the fact they probably ruined these kids' older brothers' lives over minor drug offenses that shouldn't have even been enforced. You know, maybe roughed their father up for driving while a minority. Doesn't change any of that just because they did a photo op. So stop falling for that shit. That right there is dangerous. It makes you blind to the threats they actually pose to our rights. When it comes time to rise up, if this country ever gets to that point where we have to rise up against authority, do you honestly think the cops are going to be on our side? They've shown us whose side they're on. They're on the side of the people that give them extremely good pay for a lot of people who didn't even graduate college, give them amazing benefits, and give them the authority to do whatever they want. You think they're going to side against them? No, they're not. So stop worshiping them. Because that right there, in my opinion, is the greatest internal threat to our rights in this country right now. It's the gun community's desire, for some reason, to bow down and suck the dick of every cop they see. All right, everybody, with that being said, I want to move on and I want to give people some more information, announce our 9mm silver bullet werewolf protection giveaway. As you know, it's October, that's werewolf season. And Halloween, that's a national holiday for werewolves. So you want to be prepared. So what we're going to do here at the channel to raise money for an animal rescue is we are going to give away 4 or 5 9mm solid silver bullets. Now these are not the silver just shaped like a bullet. These are actually live rounds with a solid silver projectile. These are from Minuteman ammo. Now I'm saying 9mm. If you actually win one of these and you don't own a 9mm, we'll find you a round that you have because we do have them in different calibers. But just saying not 5 9mm, 4 or 5 9mm. I already got 4. Hopefully I can get a 5th because that's what most people have. But like I say, you don't have 9mm, we'll find you something else if you win. But that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be giving away 4 or 5 solid silver rounds so people can be prepared for a werewolf attack. Now, to be registered to win one of these, what you have to do is go over to my website, tympistolproject.com. There'll be a link there at the top, and you click on that, and that will take you to a PayPal donation where you donate $5. For every $5 you donate, you can donate $25. That just means you'll get 5 entries, because you'll get 1 entry for every $5 you donate. The end of the period, which is going to be 10 days, 10 days, that'll take us to the 14th of October. That allows me to choose the winners and get the items sent so you'll have them for the entire week of Halloween because you want to be prepared. Like I said, National Werewolf Holiday then, they're all out and about. None of them are working or anything. And I believe a lot of tourist werewolves from other countries come in for this holiday because it is an American holiday. So they come here for it. So way more werewolf content in the country or actual population than usual around the Halloween holiday. So you want to be prepared. So like I said, go on over, if you want to be registered in this, go over to tymppistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. Donate $5 or more, and for every $5 you donate, we will give you an entry to win one of the 4 or 5, like I say, hopefully will be 5, 9mm or other caliber silver bullets. And you'll be prepared for werewolf attack. And like I said, we'll mail them out on the 14th so that you'll have them for the full week of Halloween. So go on over. It helps a worthy cause. I do believe the group we're going to be donating all of the funds to is Athena's Angels. They are a pet rescue organization, a nonprofit pet rescue organization that was referred to me by a viewer. So all the proceeds from this will be given to them live in one of our live chats. As you know, we do a lot of pet charity stuff every month anyway, because we give away set donations every month. We have set up that go to different charities, pets and vets. That's funded by super chats in the live chat. So if you've never been to a live chat, come on over. You can not only get involved in the conversation, but maybe donate a little money to the Pets and Vets program, help out a pet or a vet or both. And you can even get entered into the friend drawing that we hold every month. But for now, what we're worried about is the 9mm werewolf preparedness giveaway here, werewolf safety, that we're going to be doing. And like I said, go over, register, hopefully win one of the silver rounds so that you'll be prepared come this Halloween. All right, everybody, that's our show for today. I am out of time, so I just want to sign off as usual by saying, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, it is what it is. It could be a lot worse. Like I said, you could be attacked by a werewolf. But it could be better. You could be prepared for a werewolf attack. And as far as being better, if we as a community start ignoring the fearmongers, the profiteers, the fake activists, the people who pretend to serve our rights while they're really only serving the industry and their own pockets, if we ignore those people and fight smart and hard for our rights in this country and keep level heads about us, what things will be for people who value the Second Amendment and freedom in general in the very near future is better.